Back in 2020 or even 2021 and 2, Hypixel had an insane amount of players online at all times. At its peak, the player count would sometimes even go above 100,000 players. Because of that, I think a lot of people nowadays say that Hypixel fell off or is dying, but honestly, I just don't see that as being true. Nowadays, the server usually has around 30 to 40,000 people on at the same time, which is still tons of players. However, there exists another problem. Usually, more than half of these players dedicate their time to Skyblock, sometimes only Skyblock. I don't want to bash anyone for what they like to play, don't get me wrong. Do what you want, but imagine Skyblock wouldn't exist. All of a sudden, instead of 40,000 players, we'd have like 15 or 18,000 players on at all times. I don't think Hypixel is dying, but I think Hypixel's PvP scene is kind of falling flat right now. During COVID, Hypixel PvP scene felt more alive than ever. There were like new successful YouTubers that popped up every other week, mostly just doing Bed Wars or sometimes also Skywars videos. It's actually insane how big some of these creators were during that time. But if you look at these channels nowadays, you'll actually find that a lot of them quit YouTube or Hypixel entirely. And the ones that do continue to still upload Hypixel Bed Wars or whatever content definitely experienced a massive dip in views. And this is actually a very consistent pattern. Just real quick, before we move on, consider subscribing if you enjoy the video so far. Oh, and also join my Discord server. Alright. Back to the video now. Now, what do you do then? Is a fall off just inevitable? Nah, but I think to keep your channel alive, it's very important to evolve, so to say. After a certain point, I think it's a good idea to kinda move away from the content niche you found yourself in all this time. Experiment. I found that a lot of old PvP creators also sometimes moved on to higher versions of the game and left Hypixel behind. And from what I saw, most of these people's channels that did stuff like that are still consistently growing and pulling views even today. Doing the same content over and over again will eventually get stale. That's just how it goes. I'm sure the drop in views for some of these creators definitely had something to do with the decrease of popularity for some of these games. But if you realize that the way you're headed is a dead end, just try another route. Okay, I think you get my point. Being creative still is the core of Minecraft after all, so why not apply the same to your videos? Alright, that's all for today though. As always now, take care, see ya.